Good evening, one and all. Welcome to another edition of FTB's Cop Talk. First off, I must send my apologies for last week, peoples. Yeah, we had a bit of a family issue, so we wasn't able to do the show. But you know what? We will make up for it tonight, most definitely. So we're going to say good evening, Mr. KV. How are we doing, sir?
I'm very well, thank you very much. I hope all is well with you and your family.
Yeah, I hope you got some tests round here, for them cough there, yeah?
It's all right. I'm positive for everything.
Good evening, Mr. R&B, Mr. Tabrice. How we doing, sir?
I am good. Good evening to everyone who's watching live, and good evening to everyone who's watching it on the replay, and good evening to my fellow Kloppites.
Anybody else you want to say good evening to first?
I'd like to say good evening to my fans out there. My next album's coming out next week. Yeah, that's it.
It's called Love and Chocolate Drops, yeah? That's a new album. Good evening, Mr. Stoney, brother. How we doing, sir?
Good evening, I'm fine. Thank you very much, RT. Welcome, Kavian. Welcome to Breeze to the show.
Looking rather sharp, Stoney, sir.
Pardon me?
I saw some pictures of you and Mr. B looking sharp at a family function, mate.
Oh, yes, yeah, something like that. Bless.
Listen, there's no need for lights when them lot are grinning, mate. I tell you.
It's so good. So good.
Anyway, we will touch briefly on because we didn't get a chance to talk about last week's game, so we'll touch briefly on that before we move on. So last week, Ajax 2-1, and what a difference them two players make, mate. Matip and Thiago.
100%. Thiago was on stuff. He was on stuff about he's not fit. Play the man, well, I'm to you.
I know we was talking about that last time, but you
see, he was on.
We might not have been able to start him. To take time.
Sure.
Have to take time with the man. So what did you not make of the performance anyway? Open question, open to everybody.
Tony, please.
Oh, I was going to say I'll go last. All right, I'll go first. Do you know, honestly, I wasn't impressed, to tell the truth. We got the result, which we wanted anyway. And I think Tsimikas is an okay game for us at left back. Matip had a good game for us. And obviously you mentioned Thiago as well. I think Jota actually had quite a good game as well. But I don't know what my issue is at the moment. But we played up against Ajax, and to think that we're up against... How old is Blind? Blind must be older than Jurgen Klopp playing at left back. We got Bergwijn, who couldn't get into the Tottenham team, and we got Tadic, who struggled at Southampton. So if we're up against those players there, and we're struggling, then we do have a problem. What I will say is their centre forward, it was a Ghanaian striker, Kudos. He was a handful on the night. I thought he played really well against us. And they had the central midfielders, that Mexican Edison that plays central midfield for them. I think he was quite tidy. He had a really, really, really good performance. But we got the results, but I wasn't wax lyrical. I just wanted to see a performance. And I wasn't impressed. I'm sorry. I can't be too happy at that. But we got the result, which was the main thing.
Okay.
This is why I said Stoney go first, because I totally agree. I totally agree with him. He went saying I totally agree with him. I thought we were poor, to be fair.
Okay. And before I get to Tabrice, Daily Blind, I just watched the Holland game against Poland, and I just saw a ball got put on the inside of him, and he looked like he was treading water, mate. I'm telling you, like he was running on sand. He's stripped him and put in a great ball. They should have scored from it, actually. I don't know how he put it over the bar. And as for Bergwijn, he scored a quality goal, bro. He played decent and scored a quality goal. He looked mustard for the Netherlands. He actually did look mustard. I ain't gonna lie. Looked decent.
I thought we made Ajax look good. I think Ajax are nowhere near the level that we normally play at, and we made them look good. I didn't think it was a good performance at all. I thought Thiago was on smoke that game. He played absolutely brilliant. And if the rest of the team was up to his level, then it'd have been different.
Okay, Reese.
Totally agree. I think we just papering over the cracks with cheap glue. It was we had to rely on no, we can have to rely on a 89th or 90th minute goal to literally rescue, well, not rescue, but to kind of get us like the points. Yes, it is a win, but when you kind of look at the overall game, like they had a few chances as well,
yeah, they did.
and I think on a I want to say glass half full rather than empty. But let's be real. Having this 2-week break now, personally, doesn't really help. Liverpool, as in our team, need to be playing consistently to get some sort of momentum and rhythm. And against Ajax, it was worrying. I'm still worried. Very, very worried.
Okay. Preds, good evening, Preds. How are we doing, sir?
Good evening. Hello, everybody. Love you. Missed you all. Loves, hugs and kisses.
So we just said, talking about the Liverpool Ajax game. What's your take on the performance against Ajax?
I don't think I've got much more to add on what everyone else has said. I mean, it wasn't a great performance. We're not in the best of form. But like Tabri said, we've got the win. But I also kind of repeat the fact that because of unforeseen circumstances, as we all know, I think that break. I don't think the break would have helped us. I think we're a team. When you're not playing well and the form's down, you want to keep playing. And I think that break might have a little impact, but then again, it might have a positive impact where Jurgen Klopp's got everyone together. We've got some injuries cleared up, and he can possibly work on reinventing the side again. But it's going to be all trial and error from now to the end of the season, chaps.
Okay.
You know what the positive is of not playing those 2 games is that we still got 6 points to play for, because we would have probably lost.
All
That's
right.
the positive.
I'm going to say good evening to Vinny. Nice one, Vinny, always supporting us. And you lot are just running away with me, man, because that's a question I was actually going to ask. Do you feel the break actually helps us? I've heard from Tabrice now. I've heard from Stoney. I've heard from Preds. And I've heard from KV now about that. And Vinny has said he agrees with Tabrice. The stop-start won't help form or confidence. Do you not think, though, that also it's given us a chance for those players who are not fully fit to be back fully fit and get them back into the squad?
Definitely. Definitely. It gives players that are injured time to get go over the injury and maybe get some training under their belt. It gives time for Klopp to look at a new system. It takes our team out of the limelight as well. And I totally believe, I'm not 100% sure that we would have got 6 points from those 2 games. So, I mean, whether we get 6 points from the games when we play in October is a whole different story. But for now, I think not playing is a good thing for Liverpool.
I think, and I think we touched upon this a few weeks ago. I think Perez said there's fitness and there's match fitness.
Yeah.
Yes, players will come back from injury, but again, this having this 2-week break, and a few of our players are going are abroad, and again, time difference and like whatnot. It's just not going to bode well. And something what Perez said, which I totally agree with. Like, it's going to be trial and error from now till the end of the season. It's trial and error now. Am I confident that we're going to finish where we should finish? I'm not confident at all. Yes, like the players who are injured will hopefully recover, but you need that match practice. Like, you need to be working together.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You know what I mean?
I hear that.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I do. I know. I 100% I hear that, and I agree. I do agree with that. But it is nice to know that they've got that break. They're not in the limelight for a while. Let's look at something different. You know what? Even sometimes, going away like VVD and them players who are fit and going away and playing. He had a storming game today. You know what I mean? And a man like Lewandowski kept him in his pocket, kept him quiet. didn't have a sniff, mate. Lewandowski was frustrated. You know what? It might just be that little perk up that they need to come back to the Prem. But someone did say to me that Liverpool never do well after a break when they come back.
We don't. We don't. Breeze is totally right. We are better. We are better when we play in continuous games. But just because of the situation now, that's the only reason I think this, because of how we're playing now and what's been going on in Liverpool. That's why I think the break is a good thing for us to reassess and see what's going on. But to Breeze is that he is correct with what he's saying.
Okay, so next question I want to pose is, a lot of people have been talking about, they feel that a lot of our bad performances are down to players having the one eye on the World Cup, wanting to stay fit and be ready for the World Cup. Now, my thing on that was like, but you need to be performing to be picked in that team, your national team. So a lot of people are saying they think that they could be, you know, a bit half-hearted because they're like, you know, World Cup's coming up and I want to make sure that I'm staying fit and whatever.
Yeah, that's hogwash.
Yeah.
Hogwash.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's been going on for the last year or so, isn't it? not just in the next 4 months. I think if players are like that, then I think they're being fraudulent to themselves, fraudulent to the club, and fraudulent to the fans. I mean, you expect when you support a team, the players to wear the shirt and then work 100%, you know, to try their best for the club. And if players have got that mindset, then it is quite disappointing. It will be quite disappointing. But I don't see. I generally just don't see it.
Slowly.
Yeah, no, I can only agree as well. I think, but our players need to actually get fit to actually play for Liverpool. I would like to think most of them are actually professional, and look, the World Cup's too far away, and you know, unless you're an English player and you're under Gareth Southgate and you play as much games as Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire, then you know, they got in. Picked by their national manager
without even playing any game, without playing any hard game.
Yeah, so for us, I think even with that question, and correct me as well, I think international wise, and I can't think of all of the teams that are in the World Cup, but at the moment, obviously Matic doesn't represent Cameroon anymore, so Holland's in there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Virgil.
Yeah.
Obviously Andy. So we're looking at. I'm thinking the top of my head. Brazil's there, so we're looking at Alisson, yeah?
Yeah, maybe Firmino.
Then we're looking at Van Dijk.
Nunes.
And I'm thinking from our team. And then we're looking at Trent.
Jota.
So that's 3 players. They've called up, I don't know, you guys can really put me in my place on this, but I'm still going to say it. I have no idea why they're calling up Jordan Henderson because he's not fit. So you guys can check me on that, all right? So Jordan Henderson, Thiago, I still can't see him making the Spanish team for the World Cup. Still can't see it. We got Fabinho, midfield. I cannot see Melo making a Brazilian team at all. Because Carvalho played any of the first team games for Portugal?
I don't think he's going to make it. I was going to touch on that as well. I don't think he's going to make it.
Okay. So then we got whether Bobby's going to make the squad.
Yeah,
we're not too sure.
Looking at Jota.
Portugal's there, right? Portugal's there, right? Okay, Jota, and then
Nunes.
Oh yeah, Nunes for Uruguay, and then that's it, then, isn't it? Yeah. If you think of it. Yeah. So I can't see them trying to hold themselves off for the World Cup. I think your bread and butter should be us, really.
Okay, so the story goes anyway. Thiago Cantera is one of a large number of Liverpool players not expected to play at the World Cup later this year, which they're saying is a good thing for Klopp. It took just one evening to reaffirm what had been glaringly obvious to Liverpool supporters during a difficult start to the season. So what they're saying, there is also 5 players who, injury permitting, are also certain to travel to Qatar. Alisson Becker, Fabinho can expect a call up for Brazil. Virgil van Dijk, he's Holland's captain. Diego Jota will feature for Portugal. Darwin Nunes, because Uruguay have qualified. Then there are the probables, which England duo Jordan Henderson and Trent Alexander. Firmino may go for Brazil, and France may call up Konate.
I think the interesting thing is you said, I like what you mentioned about Ibrahim. Ibrahim's been injured for us for too long. I mean, you're right. I think that's a long shot. Personally, I'm selfish. He's young enough, and I put him in the same bracket as some other players. If he doesn't make it to the World Cup,
he's got plenty of time.
Not the be all and end all. Yeah, he hasn't even been playing, so he's not fit enough.
But I think Lee was right though. I mean, you've got to play well for your club before you actually think about going anywhere else. And if you're not doing it for your club, then like Stoney said about the examples you gave for England, yeah, you've got to be playing well, surely. Regardless, you just want to play well. I mean, Liverpool, we've got this thing now. We are a top level side. We have to play well every week. There is no off. There is no, we'll take off the pedal for. Klopp has built the side to play the way we are. We've been quite successful. So yeah, keep striving for more. Whether we can get that at the current crop, don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah, and also regarding when we talk about young players saying that they've got plenty of time, they don't really. It's like the World Cup and the Euros, they come almost like in dog years. So Konate is 22. If he misses this World Cup, he's going to be 26. 26. So he doesn't really have time, And of course, as a professional player, even if you're slightly injured, or if you think, what, I still want to be part of the squad, you would still want to go and experience whatever they experience at the World Cup. So so I think a lot of the young players at Liverpool and also at other clubs as well want to force their way in, literally in kind of any shape or form to actually be or to actually represent their country. And yeah, I think with a lot of our young players, I don't think Elliot. I would actually love Elliot to actually go, to be honest, because I think he's good enough.
He's not going to make it.
I don't know.
It's come too early.
Well,
come too early for
it. Yeah, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, it's come too early. Yeah, it's come too early. To be honest.
To be fair,
Stevie Wonder can see he ain't gonna make it.
We're going to say people just before you go, just press that like button, that share, and do remember to subscribe. Okay. Sorry, Prince.
No, it's all right. I was just going to say, to be fair, it's it's gone at my head now.
You was talking about Harvey Elliott.
Yeah. I think the best Harvey can hope for, and the best we can hope for, is that Southgate takes him along for the experience, just to be in and around that kind of. But that's if Southgate thinks that he's worthy of a place in the England squad as well. I think it might have come too early for the kid, and I hope he doesn't go. I'm being selfish. I hope he doesn't go, because then he's going to be training all the time, and by the time he comes back, the time difference and everything, it's going to affect his development going forward. So will it be a good thing taking him along when you're not going to use him? That's only Gareth Southgate can answer that, but I really do hope he don't.
For that one. All right, this is what I'm going to say to you as well, because this is another thing I've seen, and they've done it for years and years and years. Oh yeah, we're going to take him along for the experience and that. So you're there, you're training with the guys and all that blah blah. But what's the main thing you as a footballer want to do?
You want to play?
Play matches. Yeah. So in your head, you know that really and truly you're just going along for the experience. And barring there's some major injuries to players who play in your position, you're not going to get a game. What's that doing for your psyche? Yeah, sure. What I'm just train and be around the guys.
Well, do you know? I think that. Oh, sorry, Tabrice. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'll wait.
I think those days of taking players just for the ride have gone. I think the last person was Theo.
I was just about to say him.
Yeah, literally. I think that's the last player that no one saw that coming. I think everyone else, and again, I think we're talking about the England team anyway. Anyone that's in that squad, you would think that, okay, they're good enough to at least play some part. So I think Elliot, if he does go, he will play a part. But yeah, I mean, exactly what you guys have said. If he's not been called up already for this Nations League stuff, then maybe he's not going to be included.
Okay.
I think what will be interesting is, because I think at the moment he's been playing for the under-19, hasn't he? He hasn't even really been featuring. He hasn't, in my own head, the reason why I can't foresee him being part of Southgate's squad for the World Cup is that he hasn't even really featured for the under-21s. And if you think of the under-21s, who have they got out there that plays in those positions? I mean, is Harvey Elliott do we see Harvey Elliott being more of a midfielder or an attacker for the national team? And if you're thinking already for the under-21s, right, you're thinking attacking wise, and I know these players are in and out, right, but they've got Smith Rowe, they've got Nketiah playing up front. Ryan Brewster scored 2 goals as well, innit? Today against Italy. In midfield, they got Jacob Ramsey's still been playing all right for Aston Villa. They got both of the Sessegnon brothers playing in midfield. Hudson Dehoy's still playing in the midfield for the under-21s, and Eze as well from Crystal Palace. Yeah, so I mean, and obviously Gordon's now been called up to the under-21s. Gordon from Everton.
Yeah, from Everton, yeah.
So yeah, I just can't see Harvey Elliott making that transition from the under-19s to the main squad. Good player, but I think it's probably a little bit too early for him.
Too early. Okay, so Vinny says, I feel that the loss of the league, and maybe even more so the Champions League, has had a bigger mental impact than we even realised. Triple that with adjusting to life without Mane, the transition is real.
Totally agree.
Very real. Mr. B's got a bloody cheek, Kenny. He says, yes, losers, Wagwan. Hold on, didn't they lose to somebody in that funny cup that they played on a Thursday afternoon when you're doing the school run?
That tin pot cup on a Thursday.
No, the one when you're doing the school run and it's on. You haven't even got taking them from school yet. Didn't they lose to some team in it?
Yeah, something like that. The one that football tournament took over neighbours.
What's the name of the team they lost to though? I can't even remember the name of the
Mr.
team.
Mr. B's got a bloody cheek. I hope him and his laptop get a virus.
But you know the thing is, Man United are probably having the best run of form in probably about the last 10 years, right? And they're only 3 points ahead of us.
Yeah,
we've got Brighton next, and they got Man City. So, Mr. Bree, thank you very much for coming to tune in into the show. Come and speak to us out after game week from the 1st of October, and then we see you talking about losers.
Tell them again, Stoney. Tell them again, rude boy.
So Vinny also says, I think if Trent Alexander was to miss the World Cup, it would be a major psychological blow. 100%.
Do you think so?
Of course it would.
I think so. Definitely.
For who? For England or for him?
For him. No, for him. A major psychological blow for him, for Trent Alexander.
Mate, that psychological blow came a couple of weeks ago in Italy.
I think personally, at the moment, I think I know Reece James has been having some injuries as well, right? So who were the right backs? Was it Reece James, Trent, Trippier, and who was the other person? There was a fourth person as well. Was it
Kyle Walker?
Kyle Walker. Okay, so Kyle Walker's been playing regularly for City, but he had the little knock, all right? So I would say out of the other three, out of Trippier, Trent, and Reece James, my personal opinion, form-wise, I think Trippier has been on form. So England have got 2 games, haven't they?
And he takes a banging free kick.
Yeah, they're playing Germany and who else? Italy and Germany, isn't it? Italy and Germany. Do you know what, personally, I'm just going to put it out there. If Trent don't go to the World Cup, I'm selfish. It don't bother me. I just want him to be fit and ready for the new year. I'm selfish. I'm going to put it out there. You guys check me any way you want to.
I feel the same way.
That's exactly how I feel.
It's not about us, Stoney. It's what would happen to him. You have to remember.
He'll be fine. He'll play up his head like Jay-Z, man.
He's playing top level. He thinks he's the guy. He remember all the headlines are about this guy. He's made all this assists. He's done. So he believes he should be. Then he gets knocked back like that. And he's going to be like, yo, really?
And you know what it means? It means he's going to come back stronger for us in January. I'm selfish. I'm so selfish.
I don't know. You know what? Like, don't forget Trent got injured just before the Euros. And literally that must have been a huge psychological blow because he was going to be in the squad.
That's different. That's different.
He tore his calf muscle, in it.
That's because he couldn't be picked. But when you are fit and you don't get picked, that's totally different.
But he's not playing well, so he shouldn't get picked.
But wouldn't you want Trent to to actually come against the elite left wingers or right wingers in the world, so that he can test himself. So then, because again, you know, if we're kind of looking at Trent, Trippier, James, and Walker, let's say Walker's definitely going, Trippier's definitely going because he can play left back. James, I think James is probably like ahead of Trent because normally England play with three centre backs with two right wing backs. So like Trent's place is literally the one that's under threat more than anyone else's. But for me, I would love him to go because I want him to play in the first 11 and come against the elite of the elite attacking forwards, midfielders in the world, because that's all.
Listen, the man came against a couple of good players and got mugged off.
On that note, hold on. On that note, Fabrice, really and truly, there's not many elite players that he doesn't get to play against because he plays in the Champions League.
You got mugged off in the Champions League too, just the other day.
Understand? So there's not really much players that he's not really getting to play against. If you used to say that about somebody like Trippier, who's playing for Newcastle, who's not in the Champions League, I could understand that. But he's playing at the top level.
Yeah.
So
really,
tell me the players that he's not really playing against.
He's playing pants now, though. So, right.
But I do know what you mean about probably confidence, because if we'll just give an example, right? If he was part of the squad, and I've looked at it two ways. As he said, I'm still saying I prefer if he doesn't go, so he can rest, get his confidence back, and be ready for the new year. But even if we think of it, who's in England's group? Iran, USA, and Wales. Yeah, come on. I'm pushing some big ages, and I think I'll do it at right back against those teams. So even if Trent's out there and he's playing at 20%, he's still going to be like prime Cafu. You see what I mean? So it's like that guilt edge.
Mention the teams again for me, please.
Isn't he playing USA, Iran, and Wales?
You know
that's
what?
In Group B.
Yeah, but you know what?
You got to
man.
That's what I'm saying. That's who's in the group.
Listen,
tell me what player plays for Iran. Oh wait.
I know what we're
doing. I'm gonna check now. I'm just gonna check.
Been on the stage.
He just killed me.
Fabrice, I wanted to tell you that off camera. Sorry, brother. Man. I'm sorry.
Messed up. Like he's playing against Bin Al Said.
You just killed me, bro. Listen, hey, we're not gonna say his name here because if I say, I swear to God, if you say his name to Fabrice, you're getting fined. He said, "Is JWP?" If you say his name to Brees, you're paying for our end of season drinks.
Crazy.
I'm telling you.
Oh shit.
Man.
Okay. Oh, you know what? The one thing I'm gonna say about Mr. James Ward-Prowse.
Oh my God. That's it, bruv.
What did you say?
He said what he told you not to say.
I just want to say, do you think he would have done a better job than Arthur?
At Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. We ain't seen Arthur play before yet.
We haven't really seen Arthur, so we don't know.
Exactly.
You can't judge that. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Don't
let the tabloids influence you. We don't know what he can offer yet.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
No.
Have you got shares on? Have you got shares on him or what?
The question was: is JWP going to the World Cup?
Okay, so Calvin Phillips is definitely not going because is he a shoulder injury? So
yeah, but he plays a different position.
Rice is definitely going. Grealish, Foden, Prowse.
I still don't know about Foden, but anyway, sorry, the question's not directed at me.
Yeah, I think he's going.
Okay.
I think he's going.
Continue. So do you think JWP is going? Yeah.
I think he's definitely gonna be in the provisional squad. Definitely.
That's not what we're saying. We said, is he going to the World Cup? The provisional squad, they don't all go.
Do I think he deserves to be in the England squad? Yes.
No, is he going to go to the? Not what you think. Is he going to go? Stop splitting hairs.
I think so.
You think he's gonna go?
I think so.
Okay. Yes. Enough love, Mr. B. Enough love. Vinny's talking, as we mentioned earlier about Theo. He said it never got really good. He never went to another World Cup. That being around the squad for experience.
Damn.
True.
He also says that Trent Alexander's future is in the middle. This is another conversation we've had already. And some people said on here that Trent's been asked playing it before and he doesn't like it.
It's not happening. How old is he now? 23?
Something needs to happen.
I'm telling you now. I said it a few weeks back, and I'm telling you, right, I'm not going to put put it on the line, but the boy can play in midfield.
Of course
he can play in midfield. He's versatile. He's fit enough. He's agile enough to play as a 4. He can play as an 8. He can play as a 2. I can see him gradually either being a number 4 or a number 8 if we continue to play a 4-3-3, because he's got the legs, he's got the range. He doesn't have his defending is not he's not going to be isolated defensive wise. He's going to be covering players. So I think it might be a good suit, but hey,
yeah, because defending is.
I don't think so, because if that was the case, then Klopp would have tried him in the middle last season and probably put Gomez or put someone else out there. Probably would have put Milner out there. There's absolutely no chance. But the man said he's reinventing the man said he's reinventing the side. It's not going to be beyond the.
I don't think Trent's quick enough to play midfield.
Okay.
Oh, count now. Well,
no, he wouldn't do good in the middle of the park for me. No way.
When it's time to actually dig deep.
Have you seen what he does when he gets up the pitch?
Yeah, he doesn't do much. Goals.
He crosses the ball. He'll do a one touch and maybe a move, but he's not a midfield. He don't do no short passes and all the little intricate things that a midfield can do.
We're not saying that. I'm not saying that he's an intricate midfield. Not all midfielders are intricate in footwork.
Well, what I'm saying, he's not versatile enough to play in midfield. That's what I mean. He's not versatile enough to play in midfield, in my opinion.
I think I think the way football is nowadays is that as they're growing up, they're not just. It's not like it was 20 years ago, where if you're right back, you're going to stay right back. The fluidity within football nowadays is that players are now taught and encouraged to be flexible and be adaptable. So you're trying to say that a right back, an international player who's played utmost games for Liverpool and XYZ, can't play in the midfield?
I think he plays like a.
I'm not saying he can't play. I'm just saying he won't. I don't think he'll do a good job.
Yeah, if he goes in there, then it's like, okay, right. It's truthful tell. It's the truthful tell if he actually plays there.
I think he'd be a fish out of water.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely.
I think he currently
fish out of water.
Yeah.
He'd be a fish out of water in the middle of the bar. He'd get exposed.
To be fair.
I think literally like a lot of people probably put Kevin De Bruyne as one of the elite midfielders in the world. But if you actually watch what he does off the ball, it's amazing. He tracks back, he tackles. He's got that mean streak about him. Trent doesn't have that mean streak about him. It's
Yeah, but we're talking about two contrasting players there. We're talking about De Bruyne and Trent Alexander.
We're talking about playing midfield.
Yeah, but plays in midfield. But okay, here's a situation. If the situation came by where it was a decision where you're going to play Milner or Trent in midfield, which one would you play? Because it could possibly get to that point with the injury.
I like that one there.
So the way I weigh it up is I'd rather see Trent play. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then we know. But why not try? We're reinventing ourselves. Why not try?
100%. Stoney, you've been quite quiet on this subject. What's going on?
No. For me, sometimes it's good to listen. So I'm just going to listen on this one.
Now you've listened and analysed. What's your thoughts?
Trent or Milner? I think. Milner.
Hard one, ain't it?
That's a horrible question. That's like asking if I want rice and peas or just plain rice. That's like it's a hard choice to make. I need a
It depends
second.
whether you're having Carrigo. It depends whether you're having Carrigo or stewed chicken. It depends, isn't it?
It's true in
I
there.
think-
It's true in there.
Hold on. Stoney.
I think Preds articulated it perfectly, but I would still say that if it was something we were to try Trent in midfield, I reckon that Klopp probably would have tried that in training, like in friendlies or build up for the preseason. However, I know there's been lots of conversations with Klopp about whether he sees Trent being a midfielder XYZ, and I think Klopp's always said no. He's always seen him as a right back. But look, I don't know. He creates as much opportunities or even more than some midfielders and offensive players from the position that he's currently playing in. The other side for me that I think of it is we can probably get more out of Trent still playing a right back position if he was covered a little bit more on that right side there or defensively. So obviously he pushes up more. So if it was something where, and I'm just giving an example, if it was Gomez playing behind him on the right hand side, then Gomez fills in for him more. So, we've seen other teams that if Trent pushes up, then it's almost as if the team then moves into a 3. We don't actually do that.
No.
We still keep that. We still keep the back 4, but Trent's starting position is much higher up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you're right. As I said, Preds articulated it perfectly, but I would like to see that tweak in how we play there for us still to get the best out of Trent. Those defensive qualities are part of his coaching and training. And as you said, if he adds that to his game, then boy, have we got an even better player than we currently have. That's part of his learning and development, really.
And just to address what Tabriz said about De Bruyne and that. So that's De Bruyne's natural position, and that's what he's basically born to do. And he will do that as standard. That midfield role is something that Trent would have to then learn. And what we're trying to say is we believe that he's got that ability to do that and play there. That's what we're trying to say. That comes naturally because right now, if you look at it, he is actually playing like a midfielder. When you watch the game, he is ahead of our midfielders and sometimes ahead of Salah and them boys there. He's actually not in where he's supposed to be.
He doesn't really make an impact from that position.
Yeah, he's already playing the position basically.
But okay, so there's like different. Right, you guys are absolutely true. Like there's kind of different midfielders for like different positions. But last fullback that played in midfield and literally did it to a T was Philip Lahm. And again, he was under Pep, and Pep said he is probably the most intelligent footballer I've ever seen. And if you look at how midfielders play, they are consistently scanning. They know 2 or 3 steps before anyone else. And Trent doesn't do that. Everyone knows right. Trent doesn't look left. He doesn't look right. He's always looking forward. He literally ball like watches. And you can't do that in this present generation in the midfield. You can't do that. And which
is why I said it's a position he would have to learn.
I don't think
he's not. Remember, we are saying that we see him playing that position now because of how he's playing. Right? He's actually a right back, but he's actually playing that position. But if he's meant to start there, that's something he will then have to learn.
I don't think you're gonna have time to learn in this day and age. Honestly, I can't see it. Like if I think Stoney said it right. If like Klopp was looking to do that, he would have done that behind closed doors in preseason games. He's not going to do that now when we are really under pressure, because if that goes, crap up and he plays Trent in midfield, Klopp's position at Liverpool could be questioned. So he's not going to do that now.
Well, Trent is kind of playing midfield in most games anyway, and to me, he doesn't really make an impact from that position. His assists are still coming out wide. So, I mean, I don't think him playing in the middle is good at all. I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Yeah, I think
playing there at all.
I think in regards to a development side and learning different positions, that's been going on for years anyway. Because from an academy, from when you're being in an academy, going up all the way, you're taught to play small-sided games in different positions to get position appreciation. and get an awareness of
100%.
what. And, yeah, so
100%.
so in regards to learning a new position, yeah, it might. I agree with you, Therese. I think I do agree the point. If he tries with Trent, and it doesn't work, yes, his position might be a little bit sketchy. But in regards to the development side of football, footballers, if they're not developing every training session and every game, then there's something mentally wrong with them, and it's like they're not wanting to learn. You always should be learning, and like I said, Trent's come up all the way through. He's played in centre midfield. All right, maybe for the under-21s and the under-23s. He's played there. He's experienced. Well, he's experienced, not at a high level, but he has played there in regards to developing his game and developing himself as a player as well.
Okay, so just before I go to the panel, I'm just going to ask. All of us here have played ball, yeah. All of us, some of us to a decent level as well. You cannot tell me that you've always played in one position. Yeah, you played in other positions, and don't tell me that you haven't done good jobs in other positions. They're professionals.
Yeah. True.
What's stopping them from making that transition? They're professionals.
You know, I think what's like stopping a lot of people is the fear of failure. And again, it's the consistency and actually how football is run now. And it's kind of going back to what Prez was saying. And again, I totally agree with you. And we can look at that at a higher level in terms of the Liverpool team at this present moment in time. You would think if we're losing a game, certain players can be fluid enough to say, okay, I'm gonna go wide left or wide right to literally cause problems and actually cause issues. We've been looking at Mo Salah just sticking on that right wing, and it looks like he just doesn't want to move from there. Is that him being lazy? Is that him not really kind of using his full talent or like potential? Because again, like if you're kind of talking about how like players should be educated in every single position, then we wouldn't be in this position that we're in now. And then if you look at the Man City team, where everyone seems to be playing wherever they actually want to and actually getting the results, then that's the team that we should be aspiring to be like.
Yeah, but I mean, in respect of that, in response to that is Salah has, in the last few years, in the last 10 years, Salah's game is as a right winger coming inside. That's his game. He won't be able to, but he's done well at it. If you're telling, yes, I'm talking about development, but not all players, if they're established in the position that they're playing in for years and been doing well, they won't move. It's like Haaland. Haaland's established forward. Yes, he's still developing the game, but you won't see him. Pep won't put him left wing or right back. He's going to play him in his strongest position.
Like Trent's had a good couple of years at right back, and we've like applauded him in terms of his kind of invention and his kind of creativity.
His assists, not his defending.
Well, you know what?
That's what you're applauding.
He does some good games defending. Don't shit on him like that. He does some good. He puts Haaland in the front.
What Prez is saying, when we said about Haaland, we were saying that because you know what, he's a striker who bangs goals. So that's why you don't want to move him, because you know he bangs goals. But
the same with Salah.
Who's being applauded for assists.
Yeah, but Trent can defend. He has some good games where he's defended well. His defending is usually down to lack of his awareness around him and being out of position. One-on-one defending, he's a decent defender.
Here's a question then. Is it, in regards to talking about Trent's defending, is it a case of he's a good defender, but he's had a rough time? Or is it a case of the other teams are tactically highlighting a position that is weak for us, which is exposing Trent in regards to his defending?
No, because he's out of position most of the time, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then when he's in position, he's focused on the ball.
Teams are tactically aware.
Yeah.
They know, come on. Like everybody can see it. We know he's going to go bombing forward. There's going to be space there.
100.
Utilize it. Come on. All of us will. We can all see
it.
Yeah. And sometimes I've had to look at myself in my mirror from last time, and I'm trying to not just alienate what plays, because ultimately the whole team is not playing well. The whole team is not defending well
Of
enough.
course not.
And our strength has been that we defended from the front aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
So when one component is not working as it should be, it has an impact on everything else.
Yeah, but Saudi was part of that.
So so it's
But we have to let that go, man. Sadio's gone.
Yeah, we've got to let it go, man.
You have to let it go. Good
You
evening,
let it go.
Monday. Good evening, sir. United Agenda.
Let him go.
You let it go.
He's here.
Well,
Top panel. Glad to have you guys back. Top panel, top show. Vinny said, but to be fair, did anyone see Gareth Bale, what he became after starting as a left back?
Sure. That's a good point.
Yeah, very good
point.
Amondi says that Trent would be better off being coached and developed to play in a system that doesn't leave him exploited. I think that's a lot what Stoney was saying.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't leave him exploited. I was a decent right back, but a better sub. That's Vinny. It's kind of like Beckham. He wanted to play centrally, but was more effective whipping in balls from wide. Okay, so the poor defending of Czech comes from a poor system. Always when getting counter pressed and having your defensive block broken.
I think that's a good point on a Monday, but the only thing that I'd question on that on Monday is that, and I'm not nitpicking at what you said, all right, because I said it's a valid point, but that poor system that yourself, and I know I've heard that in other forums as well, is that same system that we probably played for, is it like the last 5 or 6 years? And what we've actually seen under Klopp is an upward trajectory in how we've performed as a club and how our players have actually performed individually. And that's brought us silverware. That's brought us in a conversation in cups. It's also brought us a conversation where other clubs now are actually looking at us globally as a threat. So I don't believe it's a poor system personally, even though I do agree you have a valid point. I just believe, similar to what Preds was saying, our functioning as a team was about everybody being on point. And at the moment, we're not. We are going for a transition. Some players aren't playing at the level that we expect them to be playing in. And unfortunately, what that does is now show that we've got cracks. And I believe, I'm confident that we'll get back to the level that we know we need to get back to.
Okay, so Imondo then goes on to say the manager needs to refine his tactics. He sacrifices his defenders, often leaving them one-on-one, which is totally unfair.
There's a suggestion that even VVD could even play in midfield, which I like to believe he could probably play better than Trent. To be fair,
as a number 4, I do.
As a number 4, definitely 100%. I would prefer play Van Dijk in midfield than Trent.
Van Dijk will be a huge screen.
No, but it depends. No, it depends on which position are you going to play
as a number 4.
So yeah, if you're talking about the two of them playing as a number 4, then I'd play Van Dijk. But if you're talking about the two of them playing like on the right side going forward, then obviously it'd be Trent. So you can't just say midfield. You'd have to be specific of where.
Okay, so are we saying that Trent can play as a right winger, or because if he's playing as a right winger, then obviously, he can kind of definitely do that job.
That's what I'm saying.
Inside.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he can play as a right winger.
He can like probably play as a right winger, but he can't play inside. He can't play inside.
He does. Yeah, it doesn't do the work. Doesn't do the tracking back. Going to say good evening to Mr. Solo, another one from the Man United agenda. Thanks for joining on board, Mr. Solo. He says he still believes that Liverpool will finish second in the league. And that's coming from a Mank. Wow. I don't know if that's sarcasm or what.
That's sarcasm.
Wow.
That's mind games, man. Yeah. Try and put mind games on us.
Jedi mind games.
He's trying to give us some Jedi mind tricks, Solo. Yeah? I don't know about that. Anyway, time is moving. So Liverpool have been linked to move for Shakhtar, the next forward, Mikhailo Mudryk, who has also been reported to be of interest to Arsenal and Everton. They're talking about this player at, let's say, £43 million, they reckon. He's the top right now in the 2 Champions League games that he's played, he is top 4 assists and goals. He's got 2 assists, 2 goals already. Arsenal and Everton are hard on him as well. He's very good pass to the ball, low sense of gravity, skills, and they said one of his main attributes is he is rapid. Absolutely.
How old is he?
Rapid. I'm not
age?
sure of his age. He's a youngster though. He's a youngster, but I'm not sure of the correct age. But yeah, they are talking about 50 million euros, which equates to 43 million pounds.
Yeah, that sounds about what we pay for players. Cheap when you're young as well, so we can give him some nice cheap wages. Yeah, it sounds about FSG. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ooh, KV going in.
See.
Well, we can't be having them Jude Bellingham talking about them kind of figures. Then I'll tell you that much. Yeah, can't be having them kind of talks. Also, moving on, Liverpool star Naby Keita will play no part in Guinea's upcoming friendlies as he continues treatment for his muscle injury. How are these players being called up, but they're still injured? I don't get it. Apparently, the Guinea manager was talking about he's a very important player for us. He's our captain. He's very, very important. He's integral to our team. Why are you going to call him up if he's injured?
You know why? Because them man don't like being told no. They don't like being told what to do. So he called Liverpool and said, listen, to send Naby, and they say he's injured, you can't send him. And he's just going up.
He's been monitoring the situation, and he's now not going to go. Actually, he's not going to go. He's going to stay.
So he shouldn't.
He's going to stay at home. Okay.
Tyler
Morton, talking about the under-21s there. Tyler Morton has been earned his first call-up for the England under-21s after performing well in his loan spell at Blackburn Rovers as well. Also, full lineup for the Legends game, which is coming up this Saturday. Liverpool Legends versus Manchester United. So,
I'll be there.
For us, our Jersey Dudek and Sander Westerveld.
Got the big pole in our goal.
There's some names in this squad, and I'll tell you. Defenders are Bjorn Kavame, Skirtle, Aurelio, Stefan Honcho, Chirure, Gregory Vignal.
Where they drag him from?
Arbeloa, Glenn Johnson. Midfielders are Mohamed Soko, Mark Gonzalez, Salif Dio, Zabi Alonso, Albert Riera, Stuart Downing, Luis Garcia, and the forwards are Robbie Keane, Andrew Voronin, Maxi Rodriguez, and Anthony Natalik and Cinema Pongole.
Blood clot.
Managers are manager is Kenny Dalglish, assistant managers Ian Rush. Also, the coach is John Aldridge.
I'll be at that game, lads.
3 o'clock kickoff this Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah, I got my tickets. I'm in.
Good. That's nice. That's nice.
It'd be a good day out.
Liverpool
I might. If I had a Cop Talk T-shirt, I could have wore it on the day. But Prez is going on stingy.
Prince.
Hey, he's watching now, right, Mr. Thought of the Day. Listen, I'm getting grief right now. Pull your finger out.
Yeah,
pull your finger out. Get these short shirts sorted.
Prince, you're moving like TFL, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to go on strike then, rude boy.
Liverpool will get off to a win with a 2-1 win against Chelsea at Prenton Park. Good win for them.
Well done, girls. Ladies
are also reporting he's still ready to try again to lure midfielder Valverde away from Real Madrid. But Real Madrid want about in the region of 85 mil. Big piece. So, gentlemen, are we ready now to test our knowledge?
Ooh,
So I haven't got my pen and paper.
I got no pen and paper, man.
I'll freestyle. Go on.
Hold on. Here we go. Mr. Fortnite, listen, lads, pull your fingers out. Send the funds. Are we ready, man? Always trying to make man look bad about funds, you know, brother.
Hey, go on, boy.
Bro,
see it there?
Just send on the teams, man. Just send on the teams. You know where to find us. You can't lie, bruv.
We'll get that done. Don't worry.
Vinny says, is Naby done at LFC? All right. So while you're getting your pens,
Let me just go and get my pen.
I ain't getting no pen. I ain't got time for that.
Don't matter anyway. You never win anyway, KB. So don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Don't do me like you're gonna do me like that. Are we live? You better edit that. You gonna do me like that? On TV.
Yeah, but,
You're gonna do that on
yeah,
TV.
but it's the truth, though.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
That was a kidney punch.
Ain't that about a bitch? You just gonna hit me. You just gonna hit me with the honest to God truth. That's what you're gonna do.
Nick says
That's what you're
inflation
gonna
to us. Yeah, inflation lick all of us, not just you one. Inflation lick all of us. No, but honestly, on a serious note, Preds, talk to us, man. Let us know what it is, and we need to get this sorted. Seriously, we need to get
Right, we'll sort it off camera. I've got it all down. We'll get it sorted, man.
Yeah, we get it sorted, yeah.
Because I got a nappy to change, so I'm sharpish.
Oh, is that your excuse for getting out of the quiz?
Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
Because KB don't want to do it, let's do it.
All right, gentlemen. Let's kick this off quickly. Yeah, let's get this running. Okay, so along with Ozan Kabak, who else did Liverpool sign in January to address their defensive injury crisis?
Ben Davies.
I made it easy. I made this one easy. Who? What did you say, KB?
Ben Davies? Is that his name? What's his name?
Hey, KB's on a living disruption tonight.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna remove him like a naughty school child,
Ben Davies. What's the name, man?
Bro, you can't be shouting out the answers like that, bro.
I said I'm gonna freestyle. My bad.
First warning. All right, go on to Brees.
Was his name Ben Davis?
I'm going to scrap that one and move on. I'm scrapping
Ben Davis.
We not get a point for that, no?
I'm scrapping that one and moving on now. KB, he effed that one up. All right, so Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Romelu Lukaku were involved in a heated confrontation during a Milan derby in the Coppa Italia in January. Who got sent off in the game?
What?
Zlatan and Romelu were involved in a heated confrontation during a Milan derby in the Coppa Italia in January. Which one of them got sent off in the game?
Both of them.
You're doing it again, bro.
Shit.
Lee, I think I got it.
I'll say Zlatan as well, so I can get the point on that one.
Number 2 and final strike. Next will be removed. All right, 3.
Oh, that's bad.
Who
got sent off?
I think.
Why you look like you're using Google, bro?
No, I'm not. No, you know what? I was, I've actually said no one.
Okay, he says no one. Even though the question was who got sent off, but he says no one. So Tabrice is doing his own thing. Preds?
I've gone for both.
Okay, and Stoney?
I'll go for Zlatan. Zlatan got sent off.
Well done, Stoney, my boy. Well done, Stoney.
Oh,
damn.
Tabrice, how did you come to that conclusion when the question was who got sent off? And you said no one.
Yes,
well done, Amondi got it right as well. Okay. Why? Next question. What? And KB. It's like a naughty child. I can imagine him at school, I swear to God. Why were Ajax unable to fill January signing Sebastian Haller in their Europa League knockout games?
Is that?
Sorry, say it again.
Why were Ajax unable to fill January signing Sebastian Haller in their Europa League knockout games? Was it due to an admin error that saw him left out of Ajax European squad? Was he cup tied? Or was there a clause in the contract by West Ham?
What's the options again?
Unable to fill January signing Sebastian Haller in their Europa League knockout games? Was it due to an admin error that saw him left out of Ajax European squad? Was he cup tied? Or was it due to a clause put in the contract by West Ham?
The first one, number 1. It was an administrative error by Ajax. They
So
forgot
now
to register
Stoney's
him.
taking over from KV. It's anarchy tonight. What?
Hey, Lee, you got to tighten up, bruv. You got to tighten up.
What's going on? I'm gonna start deducting points.
Deduct him now, everybody. Deduct him now.
That was my first and last time.
Yeah, I'm gonna start deducting points now for their bad behavior. KV, I think you're about on -5 right now.
See what happens when I don't have my pen and paper. That's what's happening.
No, just wait till I get round to you.
Exactly.
All right.
No, you just have to wait till I get round to you. Simple.
All
right. So, Tabrice.
I think it was the first one because
It's an admin error. Yeah?
Admin error.
Okay. Preds?
Oh, I'm just going to say the impossible one. West Ham thought they were big boys and put it in his contract.
Okay. Stoney?
Yeah, the first one. Ajax. Yeah, admin error by Ajax.
And KV?
Yeah, I'm going to go with what Stoney said.
Okay. Well done, Preds.
Oh, what was it?
West Ham put it in a clause that he wasn't allowed to play.
Wow.
Against them.
Okay.
Well done, Preds. Okay.
Cool.
So, Royal Antwerp's Didier Lamkel Z made headlines for doing what in a bid to force a move to Panathinaikos at the start of the year?
Oh, yeah.
Hunched his manager or wore an Anderlecht shirt to training? Got in his car and and headed to Greece. What did the Royal Antwerp player do to force a move to Panathinaikos?
Oh, man.
Manager wore an Anderlecht shirt to training, or he did the full autumn winnie, got in his car and headed to Greece. Monday's baffled.
Oh, this is a funny story.
Can I go first?
Okay, Tabrice, you are first. Tabrice.
Okay. He wore an Anderlecht shirt to training.
Okay. Stoney.
I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna go with what Tabrice said because I'm not familiar with what happened there. So I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
With what Tabrice said.
The man wanted to force a transfer, so he come to training, wear a big Anderlecht top, and then done a picture of his big gnashers smiling, smiling like yeah.
And KV,
I'm gonna say exactly what Press said. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I bet you will after that explanation. I bet you bloody would. Okay, yeah, no, he did. He actually wore an Anderlecht shirt to training for real.
You joking? I was just guessing. Wow, imagine that.
Oh yeah.
You know what's missing? You're missing that.
Okay, so Kylian Mbappe scored a hat-trick as PSG demolished Barcelona 4-1 in the first leg of their Champions League last 16 meeting. Who scored PSG's other goal? Was it Neymar, Moise Kean, or Angel Di Maria?
What was the second option?
Neymar, Moise Kean, Angel Di Maria. Okay, Tabrice.
Moise Kean.
Stoney.
So who are the other players again?
Neymar and Angel Di Maria.
Neymar.
Preds.
I'm going to go Di Maria, but I've got a funny feeling it's Moise Kean.
Okay.
But don't worry, I'm going to go Di Maria.
Neymar.
And you had your hand up as well, you know. It was Moise Kean. Well done, Tabrice.
Okay.
You know what? Let's me up on that one. He's at Juve now, isn't he?
Yeah, because Di Maria is at Juve. That's the reason why I didn't say Di Maria.
Oh, is he? Oh, I thought it was the other way round.
Nice. Moise Kean. Okay, so Manchester United equaled the biggest ever win in the Premier League history in February. Who did they beat 9-0? West Brom, Bournemouth, or Southampton? I can't believe I made this one so easy and man still finish it up.
I'm sure it's Southampton.
West Brom, Bournemouth, or Southampton? Tabrice.
Southampton.
Stoney.
Southampton.
Preds.
Southampton.
KV.
I think Southampton.
That's why I'm gonna back with it, I swear. Okay. Points all round.
The Saints weren't walking that day, boy.
Okay. Which Borussia Dortmund player had an equaliser controversially ruled out in their Champions League quarter-final with Manchester City at the Etihad? Erling Haaland, Jadon Sancho, Jude Bellingham.
Ooh.
When was this?
Last season.
Okay.
All right, Tabrice.
Jude Bellingham.
Stoney.
Yeah, I'm going for Jude Bellingham as well.
Preds.
Sorry, what was the three? It's Haaland, Jude Bellingham,
Haaland,
who else?
Sancho, Bellingham.
Don't think Haaland played. Bellingham scored this season, so I'm going to go for Sancho.
Okay, KV.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sancho.
Yeah, I knew that for a spanner in your works there, mate. Let's see. Hold on. Vinny's on the ball. Jude Bellingham it is, gentlemen.
Because he scored in that game as well, though, didn't he? He did actually score.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did actually. He scored early in that game, and I think Foden and Mahrez scored in that goal as well. Game as well.
Okay, so Germany were one of the several international sides to partake in a T-shirt protest after reports about migrant worker deaths in Qatar ahead of next year's World Cup. Which nation were the first to do it? Netherlands, Denmark, or Norway?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go KV first now.
Hold on.
Let's see what you got now.
Hold on. Stuff is telling me it was Norway.
Okay, KV says Norway. Preds.
I'm gonna go. I ain't got a Scooby Doo about this, so I'm gonna go with the Danes.
Okay, Stoney.
So just say the three teams again.
It was Netherlands, Denmark, and Norway.
Netherlands.
Okay, Tabrice.
Yeah, and the only reason why I'm saying this team is because when I went to this country and I asked for directions, they literally walked me to this place. They actually took me. I'm like, right, like I'll just ask for the direction. They actually walked me to this place. So I'm gonna say the Netherlands.
Okay.
Nah.
Lovely country.
Well done, KV, son. Well done, my son.
I told you. When I rub my head, you said I rub my head, it's different.
Maybe you should do that more often then, bro.
Don't do me like that.
Was.
Norway, yeah?
Yeah, Norway it was. Steven Gerrard's Rangers were crowned Scottish champions in 2021. Celtic's 0-0 draw with which club in early March sent the title to Ibrox? Dundee, Aberdeen, St Mirren.
I'd rather watch. I watch more women's football more than Scottish football.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Why?
I ain't gonna lie though, them European nights at Ibrox and Hampden are big though. I ain't gonna lie.
No, they're big games. They're big games.
European nights down there are big. I'll give them that. The atmosphere is tremendous.
But like those are European nights though. What about the North?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, European nights are big.
Oh.
Yeah, come on. Standard games are come on. So
What was the question again?
Aberdeen, St Mirren. Let's start with Stoney this time.
I think no, Aberdeen.
Okay, Preds.
St Mirren.
That's so nice, isn't it?
So why not?
KV.
Sound free.
A clue.
I'm gonna go with Aberdeen. Aberdeen.
Okay, and Tabrice.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the one that no one said. Was it Dundee? I say Dundee.
Yeah.
Wrong move. Well done, Stoney and KV. Aberdeen it was. Good shout. Good.
Unlucky St Mirren.
Good guesses, lads. Good guesses.
Yeah.
Manchester City went on a record-breaking run of 15 Premier League games en route to the title. Against which team did it come to an end? Leeds, Chelsea, Man United.
Which team went on the run?
Man City.
Man City. Okay. Man City went on the run and it got
record-breaking run of 15 Premier League games. And against which team did it come to an end? Leeds, Chelsea, Man United.
What year?
Last year, bro.
Last year.
Okay, so let's start with Preds on this one.
I think that game got Calvin Phillips' move to Man City. So I'm going to say Leeds.
Okay, Tabrice. It's very tight, lads.
Yeah, I'm going to say United.
2 people are on 3. It's very tight.
I'm going to say United.
Okay, Tabrice is saying United. Stoney, what say
so it was, what was the teams again? It was Leeds,
Chelsea, United.
Leeds.
Okay, and KV. Here he goes.
Rub that head. Can we do that for the World Cup as well?
No. Leeds.
Yeah, I think you've run out of your energy there, mate. Run out of juice there, man. Well done to Brees. It was Man United.
Okay.
Oh.
So Tabrice is in the lead by 1 point.
Ooh.
And I think, there's 2 more questions to go, gentlemen.
Oh, I can draw.
This is it. Let's peek here. Which of these men was not amongst the Super League Project's 4 vice chairmen? Joe Glazer, Stan Kroenke, Roman Abramovich.
What's the question again?
Which of these men was not among the Super League Project's 4 vice chairmen? So they weren't involved in putting up for the Super League, basically. Joel Glazer, Stan Kroenke, Roman Abramovich. And I'm going to kick this one off with Tabrice.
It'd be very interesting to see what Tabrice and Stoney make about it.
I was very interested.
Tabrice is reading something from his
No, I swear down. No, you know, okay.
This guy's so suspect.
There's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there.
I don't know.
Somebody's bending down, whispering.
So
James Ward-Prowse is on his shoulder. Look.
Did you just say his name?
Yeah, no, I'd willingly play a fine for that. I willingly.
That next round is on you.
Yeah, I'll willingly do it.
Reese buys the first 5 rounds. The next round is on you.
I'll take that.
We're having a good night, lads.
So I'm gonna go with Abramovich.
Reese says Abramovich. Stoney, who say you?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Abramovich as well. The only reason why I say that is because I know when all of that stuff was talking about, there was protests at Man United and Arsenal. So that's why I'm going for Roman Abramovich at Chelsea.
Okay, and KV?
Yeah, I'll go for Roman as well. I think he got bigger fish to fry.
Okay, Preds?
I was going to do. You know what? I'm just going to follow suit. Roman.
Vinny says Roman is actually Joel Glazer, gentlemen.
Oh!
Is that serious?
It's Stoney, you done it to me, bruv. You put a seed in my head.
Was that serious, Joel Glazer?
Yeah.
But I thought wasn't that when the incident happened when the Man United then went down to Carrington and all of the protests and that happened?
But apparently it was Joe Glazer is the answer, gentlemen.
Wow.
All right. Against which club did Alisson score Liverpool's last gasp winner? I expect everybody to get this. Fulham, Sheffield United, West Brom.
I think I've won. I think I've actually beat Stoley.
KV. All right, come on, KV. So don't let me down.
Wait. Why don't we go first?
Come on.
Hold on a minute. Why don't we go first? Hold on a minute. What? My thing's breaking up.
It's breaking up. He's going to get it wrong.
It's breaking up. I think my feet's breaking up.
Oh, Nappy's be changing.
KV. I said, don't do this. Don't do this now. What you watching?
Look at him blink.
Don't do it, KV.
What?
Don't do it. Come on, don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
Hey, if you don't get this, it's his round all night.
Yeah. You ain't trouble.
What was the question again?
It's stressful.
Did Alisson score Liverpool's last chance winner? Fulham, Sheffield United, or West Brom? Can I read that again?
Yeah, one time.
Rub that head, Ruben. Rub that head.
That's what the question was.
I can't hear you.
All right, look. Fulham, Sheffield United, or West Brom?
Huh? I don't feel well.
He's forfeited it.
I don't really feel well. I'm going to pass. I'm going to skip that. I feel well. Coming up with time.
So even if KV was close on points, he's forfeited.
Sorry. Oh, let me just rub my non-existent hairline. West Bromwich Albion.
Yo, this one's for you, Vinny. For you, KV. Yeah. Man, I
knew it was West Brom though. I knew it was West Brom. I'm just saying.
Yeah, West Bromwich Albion.
Okay. So
yeah, West Brom.
Yeah, West Brom.
Yeah, it's West Brom.
Okay. And the winner by 1 point is Mr. R&B by 1 point.
You cheated.
Can you please put me on full screen? Please put me on full screen.
Your TikTok's gonna be blowing up.
I've got technical issues. It's not happening.
You know his TikTok's gonna be blowing up now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done. Well done, Vinny, by the way. He did say West Bromwich Albion as well. You know what I mean? Any Liverpool supporter would get that. Any true Liverpool supporter would get that. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Wait, that answer's as bad as 1892, wasn't it?
Wow.
Gentlemen,
this is really childish.
I must say, it's been a blast to be back. And we will be back next week. Our next game will be 1st of October against Brighton. Yeah, so we'll be definitely having a conversation.
Is that home and away?
We're home. 3 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah. Okay. So will Brighton have that new manager factor? To impress the new manager, you know them new teams when they get a new manager, you know what happens? When all they perform out their skin.
Who is the new gaffer?
We'll see. It's that guy. He was Zay something like that. He was at
the boy from Antwerp.
I think it was Antwerp. Yeah, that's
okay.
it. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, gentlemen, we're gonna say good night. I'm saying good night to KV first.
No, you
Get off my screen. Get off my screen.
Be lucky, son. Be lucky, son.
Friends.
Love it, everyone. Love,
peace
and love. Be safe, yeah.
Mr. R&B.
Good night, everyone. Hope everyone is well and safe.
Yep, and Mr. Stoney Brother, sir. Let's say good night.
Have an evening,
Thank you very
everyone.
much. Do remember, like, share, and also subscribe, people, so you don't get to miss out next time. And if there's anybody out there who wants a slot, we got a spare slot.
Is that what we're doing?